That, my friend, is Scott Bloodsworth and Fish Whistle, an example of how we jam every Friday here on Delmarva Live. But guess what? It's also an example of the many, many talented musicians who call Delmarva home. So many, as a matter of fact, that we lost count.
We really have lost count, and this show has really given us an opportunity to find out where all that talent is, and we love to hear the range of local talent. We've had opera singers, rock bands, classical music, a cappella groups. We could just go on and on.
On and on, but you know, you don't have to wait until Friday to hear the best that the peninsula has to offer. As a matter of fact, that's where this guy comes in. This is Scott Bloodsworth. You just saw him on that little clip with Fish Whistle. Today he's joining us as host of Live at Scooters. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's great to be here.
What is Live at Scooters? Live at
Scooters is a radio show slash podcast, Google Hangout that I have started on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., which showcases local original music. In an area where cover bands tend to be the more popular avenue, especially in the beach areas and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
The original music doesn't have as many platforms, and with this show being one of the few, I decided, you know, maybe the timing was right to start promoting local original music.
It is a great idea because, like I said, I didn't hear a lot of these bands until they started coming in here because I wasn't heading out to the venues. But I got to ask you, Live at Scooters, who's Scooter?
It's a nickname I kind of picked up along the way. Friends of mine coined it, so I kind of just took it and ran with it. It's gotten to the point where I answer to it every day now, if they call it.
All right, well, Scooter, I got another question
now we know what to call him,
Now that you've cleared that up, what's a podcast? I hear it all the time. I know there's a lot of people.
It's not radio.
You know, I'm figuring that out as I go along as well. I treat it with a radio format, but to me, a podcast is just something that is uploaded to the internet, and you can recall it anytime you want, which every broadcast I do, you can recall on my website. It's scottbloodsworth.com, and click the Live at Scooters tab, and you can listen to each and every episode that I've broadcasted as well. And it happens live on Tuesday nights as well.
But it's not on and gone. You can listen back to it.
Right.
Well, now we have got a clip of that. Let's take a listen to this.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Live at Scooters. I'm your host, Scott Bloodsworth. We're going to jump right into the show and start things off with a local guitar maker in the area. You might have heard of him. His name is Paul Reed Smith, and this is the Paul Reed Smith Band with This World's Gonna Need More Love.
Does that bring back memories, Jimmy?
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention it, but thank you, yes.
Well, Jimmy and I both worked in radio. Did you ever want to get into radio? I mean,
it's something that I've just kind of picked up by proxy. I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of people help me along the way. People like Skip Dixon and stuff play my music on the radio. So that's kind of what spawned the idea of doing this whole thing to begin with. And it's been a lot of fun thus far. And just being able to help local talent.
Name some talent.
Some of the people that I'm featuring, bands out of Dover like Perception. Emily Moses, who's a singer-songwriter out of Dover. I've been playing music from Lowercase Blues, Salisbury's own Hometown Zeros, and the show is not genre-specific either. I'll cover any genre, you know, provided that is, you know, I try to stay away from stuff that's profanity-laced you know, make it a family-friendly show, but basically, anything's on the table.
So you're always looking?
Always looking, and if there's any artists out there that want to have their music played on the show, they can send me MP3 file to liveatscooters@gmail.com, and we can get the ball rolling.
Man, so you have heard a bunch of good stuff, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So when you say it's not limited to one genre, explain what you mean when you say
I'll play music that is, you know, in the genre of country, rock, blues, you name it.
Yeah.
I'll play it.
You start hooking them up with some of the folks that come in here and play, and vice versa.
Absolutely, send them my way.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a cooperation.
And I always know that there's even more out there that we haven't even heard from, and I'm sure you're feeling the same way. Okay, we're going to change the subject a little bit.
Okay.
You have a new addition to your family.
I do.
So I understand.
I do.
So your life is changing in all different kinds of ways.
looky
Tell us
here.
about this one.
There he is.
Who is that?
That is my son, Dylan Bloodsworth.
Aw.
He's a handsome young man there.
Okay, so
I don't know how I did it.
your life has changed. I mean,
Absolutely.
Has it changed your life as a performer?
More ways than I can count, and he's changing the way I do things daily without me even realizing it.
Yeah.
Every day, there's not a day that goes by that I'm, doing something, and I put him first in my mindset before, like where I would have been differently putting like, oh, well, like what about the band? What about this? And when I think about him, it's just like, huh.
Yeah.
Wow, different way to think about things. I love it. It's a great adventure. I wouldn't trade any of it for anything in the world.
Well, we can both tell you it only gets better every stinking day. You're going to absolutely love it. Okay, so there's something else that we understand is actually trying to demand a whole lot of your time. You're coming out with a new album.
I am. I'll be releasing within the next couple months my album Music Man.
Yeah.
And try to take a simpler approach with the songs and write songs that are not overly complicated, just easy on the ears, catchy. You can put it in the car, and just hit play and drive and enjoy it. So that'll be coming out within the next couple months.
But live at Scooters Tuesday nights, right?
Yep. Don't you miss it.
Don't miss it.